Hello, folks. We're so glad to be here. We're the Whitewater Bluegrass Company, and I know that you're tuning us in virtually, I guess you might say. We're doing a lot of that these days, but we're glad to be here as guests of the First United Methodist Church here in Waynesville, and I'll tell you, we're just delighted, ain't we, folks?
Yes, we are. Excited, man.
We've got some, I think most of y'all may have seen this particular lineup, but the fellow down there on the end playing the banjo is a wonderful banjo player and living proof that you can't own a banjo in this world and not be happy. Because look at him. Get the camera on him, folks. He's smiling so big, look like he slept with a coat hanger in his mouth. That is Seth Reinhardt on the old 5-string banjo.
Hey, thank you. Right.
Now coming next around to him is a good friend of mine. I was so glad to get him in this band because he and I have the same haberdasher. That's a guy who makes hats. And he does a mighty fine job. Now his family is an old line family here in the mountains for music. His last name is Wiseman. He's related to Scotty and Lulabelle Wiseman, and goes all the way back to, well, I guess your uncle's the one that wrote the Round Mountain Lights, one of your distant kin.
Scotty.
And the Scotty, and I'm going to tell you something. They've been in music a long time, because if you're familiar with the Bible, there were 3 of them at the birth of Christ. That is David Wiseman. Please make him welcome. Coming around this here, I'm going to save the beautiful one for last here, but this is my good friend Bill Byerly. Now, he and I have been in the music business together for over 37 years. And when he first came in this band, he said he would take the job for a year, and that was 37 years ago. So either he likes us or he can't find other work. We don't care, we got him. That's Mr. Bill Byerly right there. Now the lady right there in the middle, we put her in the middle because it's a focal point, see, and it makes the rest of us look a little bit better. And we know our limitations. But we're delighted because we've always run this band as a family, and she's gonna add to it coming up in October. We got a little girl on the way, and we're just delighted about it. I don't mean we have a little girl on the way. I mean, she and her husband have a little girl on the way.
She's part of the family here.
She's part of the family. That's right. But she's a wonderful, wonderful musician and a fine singer. We're going to feature her in a little bit, but that's Miss Molly Barrett on the fiddle right there. And I'm going to flip it back over here to my good friend Seth, and I think he's going to introduce me.
Yep, so this guy over here playing the bass and doing some singing, most of the talking. He is the 3rd generation square dance caller, and so he knows the square dance calls about better than anybody here in this area. And a great bass player, great singer, Mr. Uncle Ted White.
Thank you, folks. We're going to flip it over here to you, David. We've got a little Lonesome Feeling here in the key of G, and we're going to turn you loose to do it. A little tune called The Lonesome Feeling.
Nobody cares a thing.
Thank you, folks. That's David Wiseman on the Lonesome Feeling. Mighty fine, David. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. You know, many of you all may be familiar with an album that the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band came out with in the early 70s. I think it actually hit the market in 1970. It was called Will the Circle Be Unbroken? And the band went back to Nashville and picked up some older, established Nashville musicians and recorded this album. And the title cut, Will the Circle Be Unbroken, is a Carter family tune that I think in many ways speaks to this time, because even though we're separated and maybe some things have happened in our lives, the circle's not unbroken. We're going to be united. And with your permission, we'd like to do the old Carter family tune, Will the Circle Be Unbroken?
Day.
after the Circle album was done in Nashville, a lot of young, hot musicians came to Nashville to record the old songs. One of those put together a very, very hot band, Miss Emmylou Harris. And she put this band together to record this kind of music. Now you may know she learned her country out in California, but she got schooled in Nashville. And one of the title of the album was Roses in the Snow. Molly does a wonderful job on this. So Miss Molly, it's all yours, a little Roses in the Snow. Thank you, Molly. I always love to hear you do that song. We're hoping to include that one on the album that we're working on right now. This one has been a long, long time in coming. And having said that, many of y'all knew Steve Sutton, who was a longtime banjo player with us in this band and passed away unexpectedly 2017, so 3 years ago. But Bill, if I'm not mistaken, I think you and Steve kind of pulled this song together. And bluegrass and old time music has a very, very deep well. And you know the saying, if you want a good cold drink of water, you got to dig deeper in the well. Now, this is a very, very cold drink of water because it comes from deep in the bluegrass well. Bill and Molly and David do a wonderful harmony on this. And we want to send this out to everybody during this time because the name of the song is All the Good Times Are Past and Gone, but they're going to come back. How'd I do? At any rate, here's Bill and Molly and David to sing it for you, called All the Good Times Are Past and Gone. Maybe y'all couldn't tell, but I really enjoyed that. They sang the living dickens out of it. Mighty fine, Bill, mighty fine. We're gonna switch gear, huh? What'd you say?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Oh, Lord. We're gonna switch gears just a little bit and get Seth to come over here on this bass. Many of y'all have been here at the Methodist Church when we do the end of the school year square dance right out here in this particular courtyard, and you know that I like to do motion songs, hand motion songs, and we think we have one that will fit right in with the worship service, and I'm gonna step to the middle so we can get this, but it's called Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Now, if you're watching this at home, just stand up, relax, shake your hands out. Put your hands like this in front of you. This is called Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. D, yeah, I got it now. Swing low, sweet chariot. Now, if you're at home, you need to make that sound just like a goat because your feet are moving. So here we go. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Now Now that's the chorus. We're going to do that every time. Now, there's a couple of motions in here I want to give you because we're going to do the first verse. And the verse is, I looked over Jordan, what did I see? Comfort and carry me home. A band of angels. You want your slide trombone out there. A band of angels. You got to get your wings on your back. Coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Now, put your finger right here beside your eye, not in it. You ready? I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Sing pretty. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Now point at me like I'm pointing at you. If you get there before I do, coming for to carry me home, tell all my friends that I'm going there too, coming for to carry me home. Here we go. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Now if you're at home in your den, you could use a chair. I don't have a chair, so I hope I don't get stuck on this, because if I do, they all just start laughing, and it ain't funny. And Seth, now you're playing the bass, so you can't even come get me.
I can't help it.
Here we go. I'm sometimes up, and I'm sometimes down, coming for to carry me home. I keep my eye on that holy ground, coming for to carry me home. Real pretty now. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, here we go, one time. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Thank you, folks. All right, we got a little banjo number here that Seth is going to pick for you. And I have to tell you, we take nothing away from Bill Monroe for being the father of bluegrass music. But the sound was defined in North Carolina by a boy from down in Cleveland County around Shelby named Earl Scruggs. And this is one of his tunes, I think. It's called Dear Old Dixie. Oh, Seth Reinhardt on that one. Dear Old Dixie. Thank you, son. That was mighty fine the way you're doing that right there. We've got a tune that we're going to bring Molly up to do, and it's Molly, would you call this a modern day ballad?
Yeah,
It's not
I'd say
real
so.
old, I don't think.
It sounds like it is.
It sounds like it
It sounds
is.
like an old ballad.
It
but
sure
it's-
did. And you got this from
Gillian Welch
Gillian
wrote this
Welch.
song, yeah.
it's how do we want to say this? It's a heartbreaker, but I think everything, the score evens out on the end. Should it be said that?
Well, she haunts him for the rest of his days, so I guess.
Sometimes you don't have to be dead for that to
Well,
happen.
it's
Well,
a love
that's
story.
true.
Put it that way.
Yeah,
It
it's
is a love story.
Tragic love story.
Tragic love story too, called Scarlett Town. Thank you, Molly. Something a little different for us, and that's one that we're going to be including on the album as well. We're going to bring David back up for this one, and this is one I believe that Townes Van Zandt actually wrote. It's been covered by a lot of folks. This is going to be our version, and we are going to put this one on the album. So I think you'll enjoy this tune. Got a good solid kick right there. We got everybody getting in the blocks. We're going to take just a minute and thank all the folks with First United Methodist Church here in Waynesville that are filming this. Now you can't see them, but I can because they're back here behind the camera. But think about those folks and the time that they're putting in to bring this to you. David, you all set?
I'm ready, Tiffany.
Well, here's a little tune called the White Freightliner Blues. All right, we're going to do a little Flat and Scruggs number and take you to church on this one. It's called Get in Line, Brother. Thank you, folks. We're going to bring my good friend Bill Byerly up, and he's got a song that was done originally by Green Day. Some of you know it as Time of Your Life. Some of you know it as Good Riddance. I think this was actually, we learned it for something that we did for a fundraiser for the hospital system. But it's a wonderful tune, and Bill does a great job on it. So we'll get everybody kind of tuned up. We're out here in the outdoors, and we're losing some light and gaining some moisture here as the dew comes up through. Today'd be a good time to dig worms, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
Nightcrawlers right there and go fishing tomorrow.
Right.
Molly's already smiling like she got the canoe tied on top of her car.
It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something
Mighty fine, Bill. Thank you so much. Well, we'd like to take a minute to thank once again the crew here at First United Methodist Church here in Waynesville. We're going to switch gears a little bit and do a traditional gospel number here. Bring David up to sing this one.
One of the Brumley songs,
It's one of Albert
Brumley.
Albert Brumley
yeah.
wrote
It's the
this.
song.
It's the song.
Man, that's
It's
pretty
the one that
well
bought the
I
bus.
think this is in the Presbyterian hymnal, the Lutheran hymnal, the Methodist hymnal, and I know it's in some Baptist hymnals when they use it.
Sure they
So, Brumley covered everything. But we want to thank you for letting us, the Whitewater Bluegrass Company, be a part of this celebration here. We hope to be seeing you again in 2021, and I think we will. We are working on a new album that we have in the works. We want it to be out in 2021. And one of the most proud things that we've got coming in 2021 is the shirt. On the front, it's a caricature of me. And it says, I swam with Uncle Ted in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
While looking for a boat.
And on the back of it, it says the Whitewater Bluegrass Company celebrating our mountain heritage through music, song, and dance, which has always been what we do. Thank you so much, folks. David, I'm going to turn it over to you for a little I'll Fly Away.